120.
Good morning. Oh, turn it. Holy moly. Velvet got the 85 stream streak. Thank you, Velvet. And what else did I hear? Thank you, Finch. for the bits. The 420 nice bits. And the honk. And Owen, thank you for the 15 stream streak. It's Yuri time? It is Yuri time. You guys, I don't know how many of you have heard of this game. But I have only heard to it referred to as essentially Ace Attorney if it was Toxic Yuri. We've got like a Danganronpa Ace Attorney Toxic Yuri situation. So I have very high expectations. Let me do this. We got that timer going. Velvet would be so happy. Yeah. She's in for a treat. I'm gonna get right into it then, because I'm excited and I've been wanting to play this game for a while. Because I keep seeing good fan art of the ships drawn by people that I followed because they liked Danganronpa initially. And I believe, so it's episodic, they're releasing it per episode. They're up to episode 2, I believe. And I will be doing, oh my goodness. Thank you, Finch, again for the 420.
Sheer 420.
Nice. Thank you, Finch. At least until chapter. Yes, it's free. Correct. I believe episode 0 is the free one. I don't know how much content it has, but that's what we're doing today. Actually, I should have put episode 0 on my schedule instead of episode 1, but whatever. Also, the visuals are sick. And I love the UI. Rain sizzles off neon above me. The summer shower creates a noted uptick in the flickering of holograms down the street. And a slight blunting of the night's ambience. Emphasis on slight. Lights, cameras, and constant noise. The city's got insomnia, with the uneven heart rate to prove it. There's no escaping the secondhand nervous energy of it all, but I'm plenty acclimated. Just a wave of worries cresting on the surface while I hold my breath deep below. Besides, a microdose of nightlife anxiety suits my mood just fine. 'Cause if I'm not careful, this client of mine is gonna die in jail. Right, this is Morgan, criminal attorney. Well, now you gotta do episode 1 because you wrote it down. Damn it. It's hard to get away with murder these days. People are still presumed innocent, at least on paper. But by the time they're in cuffs, there's hardly any shadows of doubt left. Because this whole world's lit up, mapped out, never unknown and always online. Whether it's incandescent or neon or hollow, whether it's LCD, LED, or just the nearest phone screen, there's light shining on every last pixel of the map. And someone is always watching. Solitude's a rarity. Anonymity is scarce. And criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. So you take whatever clients you can get. You don't balk at public defender work, no matter the hour. And should you find yourself in one of the last dark, quiet corners left in the whole world, well, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Hi, Runic. Welcome. Not that there's much else I can do until my phone. Currently texting with state system. Counselor, your public defender contract has been approved. Oh, I don't know this game? A game Runic is not aware of? We've done it. We've hit the jackpot. You are expected at the 254th precinct present. Oh, precinct. Present your ID at the door to enter. Hi, Prongles. Arrive at least 15 minutes early. I'll try. Looks like the paperwork came through. It's nearly 3:15 now. 90 minutes since I took the job. Probably makes it about 2 hours since they finally got smart enough to ask for a lawyer. If they're really smart, they'll have used that time to get some rest. Because now that I'm here, things are going to get busy. Of the Devil, episode 0. And he shall appear. Disable tutorials? No thanks. I am a little baby. Please teach me how to play the game. Ah, I don't like that. Someone fix that screen, please. Precinct 254. It's a goddamn ghost town. With nothing but a hologram for a welcoming party. I'm here about a homicide. High clearance rates be damned. You'd think they'd treat it with a little more gravitas. But whatever. If I'm that unimportant, they've got no right to complain if I take my sweet time getting checked in. And I should take my time. Information's like cash in my line of work. You gotta spend it to make it. Is this lesbian Danganronpa? No, toxic lesbian Danganronpa, yeah. And if you're flat broke, no one will give a shit what you have to say. So let's see if I can't poke around and shake some change loose. Press the phone button or tap the phone icon in the top left to access the pause menu. Okay. Oh. You'll earn credit for investigating anything and everything you can. Credit is both a measure of your information gathering skills and your own credibility. So don't go broke. Look at the little card! Oh my god, the art on it. Hehe. Ah. Also, let me know if the sound needs better balancing. Currently, the sound effects are a little loud, I think. That's better. The Yuri is kind of off. Can you turn it up? I will do my best. Yeah, that's okay. A data pad. I'll bite. Ah. I got credits. Even when they're more advertisement than article, they can still be informative. In a flowery, roundabout, corporate propaganda sort of way. Keep an eye out for articles in the environment. They offer insight on the world around you and credit towards your investigation. Articles are added to your phone's reading list after you first read them. Choose the proper takeaway after reading them, and you'll earn additional bonus credit too. Hydrate, to hydrate. Thank you, Prongles. I don't think it's fair that you guys can use them both at the same time. Subway fixes axed. City to refocus on canopy. Declaring the subway tunnels to be irreparably flooded, city engineers announced this week that all plans to drain and repair the system were being suspended indefinitely. Saltwater damage to sensitive electronic cabling and erosion of key tunnel fixtures were cited as reasons for why 89% of the subway system was evaluated as critically compromised or worse. Civil engineering efforts will be refocused on maintenance and expansion of the hybrid super infrastructure system that weaves together trams, highways, walkways, and skyscrapers into the canopy, high above our city streets. Reactions to the announcement could be characterized as blasé. It's been years since the subways last ran, and decades since they last ran on schedule. Most citizens have long since given up hope on them ever making a comeback. Online chatter barely reacted to the announcement, with most commenters' and voters' attention focused instead on the growing investigations into Councilman Long's campaign finance irregularities. As one of the canopy's major backers in City Hall, Long has often found himself at odds with a small but vocal group of critics that consider it to be an eyesore and an amplifier of light and noise pollution. And with Long having stepped away from his political duties in order to more fully cooperate with investigators, for the first time in nearly 20 years, the typically rock-steady political foundation of the canopy was looking uncharacteristically shaky going into this week. But with the subways now officially no longer an option, people and corporations alike have little choice for how they complete their morning commute. However, not all reactions to the news have been negative. At least a few bold individuals see this latest report as a vindication, and possibly even a rallying cry. Already considered by many to be a rising star in infrastructure solutions abroad, tech startup Subterra made headlines last year with their radical proposal for a system of personal submarine taxi pods that could make use of the flooded subway tunnels. But momentum stalled when their first prototype for the city came in at a disappointing 3,359% over budget. Though one council member was quoted as calling their system mind-bogglingly wasteful and impractical to the extreme, in light of this latest announcement, Subterra has proudly declared their intent to resubmit their proposal package. Across the entire globe, coastal cities like ours have struggled to find civil engineering answers to rising sea levels and subterranean flooding that satisfy financial, practical, and aesthetical concerns. Historically, most scientists have attributed this increase in sea level to climate change, though there are dissenting voices. Water rises and falls all the time, for reasons we do not fully understand. Are we to... It appears that you have 0 free articles remaining this month. Please verify your account information in order to continue reading the stories that matter. Okay. Who are we to predict the level of the seas? We do understand why the water rises, actually. Apparently I had 2 earthquakes happen in my region, and I slept through both of them. Oh my gosh, Runic. Well, I'm glad they were apparently gentle, if that is the case. Wait, you hydrate for the hydrate ad? I thought it was just a funny way to make the ad pop up for everyone. No, I do. It functions as an actual hydrate as well. But it's discounted because it lets me advertise at you. Ballsy of them putting the paywall there. As if I'd reach for my wallet after having to read a word like aesthetical. Besides, I got the gist of it. The takeaway is that the city will be focusing its efforts on the canopy. There will be an increased scrutiny surrounding the canopy now that there's no plan B. It's a massive project with a massive budget. Lines the pockets of a lot of people, big and small. None of them would appreciate bad press at the moment, not when Councilman Long's already thoroughly chummed the waters. High traffic hallways, utilitarian furnishing, multiple screening stations. Pragmatic brutalism, so textbook it could teach freshman level architecture. Can almost hear the building drone on and on about concrete and iron and hard right angles. The civil planning equivalents of battle scars. From a fight won so long ago that they're starting to look ridiculous. I'm sure it was all very imposing back when it was built. But walking in here now, with crime rates where they are, feels like a hospice ward for heavy-handedness. Oh, I like that it, well, maybe that's bad, but I like, it doesn't let me click on anything that I've already looked at. Which is kind of nice for knowing what, for being pointed in the right direction, but I suppose my phone is there to like review information I've already read. Can you stop, bro? An actual police lineup. It's like I walked into a museum. Though museums tend to feel expensive and clean. Dusty, forgotten, probably lots of unpacked boxes. This homicide department's more like an attic. Hard to believe they were ever so busy that they had witnesses making IDs in the lobby. Then again, it's hard to believe they were ever doing lineups in the first place. Are you certain? Wasn't it dark? Did you know that during traumatic events, memory formation is blah blah blah? Poking holes in that setup must have been like shooting fish in a barrel. And all during billable hours. It looks like the chips go into your subathon timer. Yeah. That'd be a lot of added time. But there's no room to sow doubt anymore. Not when a modded witness can just submit their testimony as a video recording. Assuming their phone didn't automatically file a police report for them. Alright, look at this fucked up screen. The medium's cracked in the corner. Looks bad, but my phone's made of the same stuff, and I'm rolling the dice every time it falls off the sofa. Could probably null the warranty of one of these things with a loud sneeze. At least it's not broken entirely. Even at this hour, it's still dutifully scrolling through its notifications. Oh my god, thank you, Finch!
Cheer 100, cheer 100.
See, those actually went to the timer. Thank you, Finch, for the 200 bits. Actually, I saw... Okay, we've got a terms section. Ooh. Conductive resin. Oh, guys, I'm so happy. I haven't had a reading game in a while. I'm gonna be reading so many words. Hope you're ready. Bring back Honkai Star Rail. Insane line from Zod. Zod's most hated one of my stream games. Conductive resin. An industrial polymer capable of programmed electrical conduction. Though it outwardly resembles plastic or glass, conductive resin is actually an electromagnetic polymer used in a wide variety of stationary or portable devices, where its unique properties allow it to act as both a display and a processor, enabling ultra-thin or even transparent electronics. There are upwards of 100 different patented varieties of conductive resin, each intended for different use cases, industries, and environments, but they are all fairly lightweight and fragile, except for the small handful formulated for military and security applications. Because of its widespread use in high turnover products such as datapads and smartphones, producers of conductive resin are frequently accused of engineered obsolescence by consumer rights groups, though these claims have never been proven before a court. Screen cracked? Schedule a fix here. Data pads. A mid-size portable electronic device for use inside local networks. The lightweight portable electronic devices known as data pads have no significant internal storage capabilities and can only display what is streamed to them from local networks. Originally marketed as a replacement for ecologically wasteful newspapers, magazines, and flyers, datapads quickly became infamous for the difficulty and expense involved in recycling them once their limited lifetime components expired. It wasn't until they were rebranded as ideal for privacy and security that datapads found success in the private and public sectors, where their ability to display location-locked content helped corporations minimize data leaks and give their advertisements targeted geographic relevance. Today, datapads are a mainstay of high-traffic public spaces and virtual physical hybrid workplaces, despite remaining unpopular with most environmentalists and bibliophiles. Teal's Honkai streams are my house chore ASMR. I miss them. I just replaced them with I've just replaced them with Final Fantasy, honestly. Hologram, a 3D image formed by light. Just my fucking isekai. Thanks, Zod. We love targeted advertising. Enabled by specialized projectors or mediums like conductive resin, holograms are graphic displays that appear three-dimensional to the human eye when viewed from any part of a face range of at least 180 degrees, an effect known as the Watterson illusion phenomenon. Originally patented in late 2059, Watterson's phenomenon was initially used exclusively in the adult entertainment industry. Holograms did not become widely adopted as an advertising tool until the much-maligned Holoday season of 2061, after which laws restricting the presence of holograms in public spaces were passed with uncharacteristically universal support. We are sorry to see that you've installed a subroutine on this device to disable and highlight our recommended premium external links. We understand your drive for personalization, but unauthorized tech impacts our ability to serve you the best, most relevant information possible. Consider disabling your subroutine so we can serve you a more tailored browsing experience. That's interesting. So does Morgan have like like she has shit on her phone to block certain things? Okay, this is the Canopy article that I absorbed. At least it's not broken entirely. Even at this hour, it's still dutifully scrolling through its notifications. Looks like the usual 1-to-1 ratio of public health alerts and inoffensive pop culture trivia you always get served at state buildings. But there's a few missing persons too. One year of Silver Plan coverage, courtesy of Caduceus as a reward for any... Silver's no joke. Family must be getting desperate. Alright. I've taken in all the scenery and learned as much as I can here. Time to get checked in. It booted up just fine. So far, so good. Good morning. Morgan here for the Public Defender contract. Could you please provide your name and... Great! Please stand still for a moment. I wouldn't call Intake Hollows charming. More like harmless. But that's probably what the designers were aiming for. People don't mind a quirk or two in their tech, so long as it never speaks out of turn. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble placing you. Could you please provide your name and date of birth? So far, so good, was it? Scan my card or scan my face? My card. Well, why don't you just scan my ID card? Great! Now, could you just confirm your date of birth for me? Why do they even bother asking? My birthday's on the damn ID card. And my profile. I'd have to be a world-class airhead to get this question wrong. Alright, let me just go quick check my birthday. Wow, look at her. She likes... Okay, this is Morgan. December 26th. She likes puzzles, smoking, and wooden furniture. She dislikes commercials, hairdressers, and jogging. Her talent is that she can fall asleep in any position. She likes decaf coffee and whiskey sours. No problem. My birthday's December 26th. Perfect. Good morning, Morgan Counselor. Thank you for your timely arrival and for taking on this public defender contract. If you're ready to speak to your client, you can proceed to Counseling Quarter 3C. Is that what we're calling it now? You mean the interrogation room? I'm sorry to have caused any confusion. My vocabulary is regularly updated to better reflect state standards. Don't sweat it. I can't keep track of every new euphemism either. They could call it the involuntary wellness check room if they like. Doesn't change the way that it makes a person feel. Sitting in a stifled box of one-way panels. Nothing to see but their own reflection, dully warped across gunmetal walls. Dually? Dully? Morgan Counselor, can I help you with anything else?
Hello, motherfucker.
Hi, Burb. I love the style of this game. Yeah. Yeah, it's sick. Dually. Thank you for the hydrate. I don't trust anything that needs a facial scan. Yeah, that was kind of my instinct. I relate to Morgan on multiple levels. Namely, they can fall asleep in any position and like wooden furniture. Yeah. Choices that progress the story forward will cause other options to shrink away when selected. Choices that will take the conversation down side paths and before returning to this point will not. Because of the article that you read earlier, you've unlocked an additional choice in this dialogue. Read and examine at every opportunity to build up your knowledge and get the most out of every conversation. Ah, okay. Why the disrepair? I know the city's not terribly concerned with the lower wards, but this is a police station. Why is it so goddamn dusty? This facility is currently undergoing renovations. Since when? The 60s? It has been 22 months since the timetable was last updated. They really don't see a lot of action around here, do they? I'm sorry for any inconvenience you might have encountered. I'm adaptable. What about you? They ever gonna fix that crack? Thank you for asking. It has not interfered with my work. Well, that's all that matters, right? What are you? I mean, I know she's a hologram, right? What are you? I am a smart user interface, proudly sold by Noble Electronics. Thank you for asking. If you're interested, I could send you a link with information about our subscription packages. Should I send you a link with information about our subscription packages? No. Sorry. That was a mean question to ask. That'll be all. Thank you. You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office through the door to your right. Thanks. But I think it's just me for now, so you can go on break if you like. Automated dependents do not take breaks, Morgan Counselor. Then what were you doing before I walked in? You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office. Through the door to the right, thank you. Ads don't get breaks, and they don't get my jokes. But it's usually the humorless types that are the most fun to mess with anyway. Eyes gone bad or something? A voice? No. Voices coming down the hall. Compared to yours, probably. Thank God I stopped for directions. A building this empty, the desk could have just told me to follow the echoes. One voice sounds older, rougher, and decidedly low energy. Appreciate you worrying about me. God forbid I try to be serious. While the other rings with youthful indignation. It's not like our job is important or anything. Definitely cops. And at this precinct, at this hour, they might be the only two living, breathing people in the whole complex. True, that's why we love messing with Teal? Alright. I see how it is. Because why else would you bother to print all that out? One document or 100 looks the same on a datapad. Anytime you question a suspect, you need to have a heavy file in hand. Makes them think you know him better than their priest, their mother, their big brother. I wasn't gonna say that. So how many of those sheets were blank then? No red carpet tonight, officers? Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. We don't keep many extra hands around at these hours. Probably faster to let the desk handle intake anyway. But mostly cheaper. You the lawyer? I am. Morgan Esquire, pleased to meet you. Same here, counselor. Quasm London. And the ball of sunshine here is my partner, Farah Reyes. Farah Reyes? Ball of sunshine? She certainly is. Ha! Sorry if you were waiting. Chatter between the departments has been hectic all night. It's no trouble. Gave me time to enjoy my cigarette. Cigarette? Like tobacco? What are you, 80? She can't be more than a few years younger than me. We're, the detectives in charge of this particular case. And it looks like tonight, we're also your humble guides to the illustrious homicide department. Apologies in advance for any cobwebs. Pretty sure I've seen this London character around the courthouse before. He never struck me as more than just some old-timer. But I suppose being an old-timer is an accomplishment in and of itself in his profession. Sunshine is definitely a new face, though. Rigid in her posture and her attitude. 3 in the morning and her shirt still looks ironed. Freshly promoted, maybe? Hi, Apricot. He's right here. I'll pet him right now. Turnip, to clarify. He's a pretty boy for an old-timer. Yeah, look at those. Look at those. Everybody's got such good eyelashes. And the hydrates. Two whole detectives working at these hours. Sounds serious. Unless you were just the first to arrive on the scene. No, we're not nearly that timely. Uniforms responded to the emergency calls within a few minutes. Calls plural. Must have been quite the commotion. Look around. You think we're the first to arrive for anything? She's not wrong. We were only tapped after circumstances at the scene indicated involvement with an ongoing investigation. Our ongoing investigation? Not very subtle, is she? But I may as well bite at this point. So you suspect that this client of mine is involved in some separate criminal activity? Wait, did they really not? No, I guess they wouldn't put it in a public defender's briefing. Look, consider this a little professional courtesy. A fair warning, yeah? That's the heartbreak killer in that room. Gasp. And we've got the bastard dead to rights. So if you're kind, you'll help him plead it out. And if you're smart, you'll pass this shitstorm onto some other night owl and go back to bed. I'm not feeling particularly kind or smart at the moment. So perhaps in the meantime, you'll be so polite as to fill me in about this heartbreak killer. They cover utilities at the rock you live under? Is there a problem? You're seriously not familiar with HK? Never heard of him. I've heard enough of him for a lifetime. That name has been plastered all over the city for weeks, their crimes wavering between breaking news and urban legend. Their presumed goals flip-flopping from unadulterated anarchy to unappreciated vigilantism. At street corners, in the media, on the net, everyone's indulging in the exact kind of armchair detective speculation that I can't stand. But right now, I need to figure out exactly how much the police do or don't know. And when it comes to cops, I always get better results playing dumb than I do acting smart. I take it he's a repeat offender? Was it the killer part that tipped you off? You must have at least heard about his MO. Media's gone crazy with it. Along with everything else. Along with everyone else. One bullet straight through the heart. Body left to lie where it falls. Hence the name Heartbreak. Not exactly creative, but amidst the swirl of every other 100-word article out there, catchiness trumps originality. What you won't read about online is that all 6 of HK's victims were shot by the same gun, without ever even needing to reload. Horrible to say, I know, but 6 for 6? That's pretty good shooting, isn't it? Hitting the bullseye at the shooting range is good shooting. Doing it 6 times in a row is great. But shooting 6 people with accuracy like that, it's a whole different beast. Takes a certain kind of monster. A real freak. His pulse probably didn't even rise. I see. Sounds robotic. You almost make him sound like a machine. Is it possible that... No, it is not. There's no such thing as killer robots, madam. Of course, my mistake. So all those androids marching in the military, those robots patrolling in police uniforms, those drones dropping firebombs from the sky, I guess they're all firing blanks. Fair enough. Machines can kill, and they have been for decades, but they don't commit murder. Right. Evil like heartbreak is all organic. That's a pretty terrifying thought. I should really start paying more attention to the news. How I managed to miss 6 murders. Well, you can only blame yourself for missing 5. Pardon? You're still not getting it? HK's 6th victim was found a few hours ago. When we caught the son of a bitch red-handed. So you're convinced that my client is this heartbreak killer and tonight was just his latest crime? That's a serious accusation, with very serious consequences. I take it you have serious evidence to back that up? I was being literal, counselor. Red-handed. When we found your client, he was covered in her blood. Well, that's not good, is it? What you say certainly sounds compelling. Is that lawyer talk for open and shut? But even if that's the case, how does one crime scene make him look good for 6 murders? It's all in there in the discovery files. And the ARCs, of course. Join the local net on your phone and we'll turn over everything you need. I'll bet. Thanks for that, detective. I'll be sure to read it over. But if it's all the same, could I ask you two some questions while I've got you here? The hell kind of attorney wants to interrogate the detectives? This kind of attorney. You're just that pleasant. Come on, sunshine. Not like we're gonna be punching out anytime soon, right? Whatever. Let your client stew in interrogation all night for all I care. You mean the counseling quarters? We're at your disposal, counselor. Inspect. Barren, stark, and uninviting. This must be Reyes' desk. Keeping your workstation neat and tidy is admirable, but I can't spot a single note of personalization. Is she so new she hasn't had time to unpack? Or is she really that uptight and boring? Both, maybe. Hi, Bliss. You shouldn't have cleaned up so much just for little old me, Detective London. Someone really needs to introduce this guy to a filing system. Or even just a stapler. Paper documents scattered about lazily, alongside actual photographs. Either he's really old-fashioned or really paranoid about data leaks. And he doesn't look like the paranoid type. Well, orderliness aside, some things are better in paper. I'll give him that. I downloaded your isekai game and it's ruining my life. I love it. Oh my god. Thank you, Bliss. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Maybe. Latest noble androids receive warm welcome. Hold on, I'm gonna check something really quick. Too much? Hello? Hello? No, that's too much. My mic is like peaking like crazy, and I don't know if I changed anything. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. What if I talk like... Okay, so is it distance from the mic? Perhaps? Let's try this. Latest noble androids receive warm welcome. Bolstered by a strong earnings report and surging sales of Animate 16, Noble Electronics' stock rose a stunning 3% this week to a new record high. While Noble's latest iteration has yet to surpass the sheer popularity of its predecessors, an increased profit margin has left Noble's shareholders very enthused. Many investors were skeptical when, at their now infamous 2084 trade convention, Noble announced that the 16th line would be the first generation of androids to feature over 50% organic compounds. So-called warm androids, which at the time only saw demand in the health, senior, and childcare sectors, were looked down upon as impractical due to increased maintenance costs, cuts, scratches, bruises, and the like. And while some critics voiced concerns that fringe religious or traditionalist groups might find warm androids controversial, more business-focused minds feared that Noble was alienating its customers in the industrial and military sectors in order to cater to civilian consumers, users that viewed their androids from across the room and not from above the factory floor. However, as has often been the case in the last decade, Noble's doubters were proven wrong. The Animate 16 is poised to break profitability records with no signs of slowing down, and many industry analysts predict that these once rare organic androids will completely replace their more robotic predecessors in daily life within the next 3 to 5 years. As described in the earnings report, much of the 16th line's success, and indeed the success of Noble's androids in general, can be attributed to the remarkable, lifelike, personable charm of their products. And by all accounts that charm can be attributed to the work of Noble's famed lead programmer, Dr. David Asher. Lead programmer is the understatement of the century, said Noble brand ambassador Lucy Dees on stage at their latest #Noble Industry Weekend. It's because of his Turing solution that every Noble product, from the sleekest assistants to the most advanced intensive care technicians, are so beloved and trusted by our customers. While his reputation was on full display at the event, Dr. Asher himself was nowhere to be seen. He's always been reclusive, but he's become a genuine hermit in recent years. Are we really going to believe he's still... Hey fam, looks like you're not logged into this device. Want to put in your account info so we can help keep you reading? He's in the news again. It's no wonder. Can't spit without it landing on a piece of Noble tech these days. Especially not where the state's involved. Don't know if they'll bite when it comes to warm androids, though. For government use, they're just too... Well, okay, it was expensive because they were getting injured. Isn't it kind of both of them? Hold on. I like that I can still just check the check the article. They're impractical due to the increased maintenance. Like I guess they are frail then? I guess it doesn't specify them being more expensive because of that. I mean, you can, that's implied. Well, we'll see. All androids undergo wear and tear, especially if they're directing traffic or suppressing crowds. So if these warm androids bleed pink all over themselves every time they take a rock to the cheek, it's just an endless stream of bad photo ops waiting to happen. Wasn't I supposed to, like, talk to them? I have 10 chips. Oh god, I have to do a bunch more reading. Oh, let's look at their profiles. She likes rice, limes, and automotive history. Dislikes liars, small plates, and cheap people. Enjoys watching product reviews. Bad at games of chance. What does this mean? Right eye. OS Iris Elite. 86. Curious. London. Likes photography, dive bars, and bangs. Dislikes ties, pollen, and after-hours work messages. Listens to podcasts. Likes pencil sketching. And is frequently running late. Heartbreak. Love the heart on the sleeve there. Occupation. Criminal. Likes killing. Dislikes getting caught. Favorite color, probably red. Zodiac sign. Probably not into astrology. Reward. Suspended due to influx of false reports. Loose wires, missing panels, an aircon system that probably sweats more than the people it's supposed to cool. No room in the budget for making the office not look like shit, huh? I expected to find a lot of belt tightening at Homicide, but I didn't think their operation would be this bare bones. They've got a stunning clearance rate, and they work fast. Guess the city sees that and just assumes their job is easy. Maybe their job is easy. What with our dear doting surveillance state eliminating so much of the footwork. But if your wheels don't squeak, you don't get your palms greased. So Homicide ends up as the only state department with a shrinking budget. A dumping grounds for the police force's most unambitious and least popular. Okay. Nothing else jumps out at me around here. I've got a better idea of who I'm dealing with, at least. Now I need to check out the crime scene data. I should have been sent a link. You've been granted access to state files regarding case KL433511. Reply C to confirm. Confirm. Morgan, that's not what they asked for. You need to reply C in order to confirm. Am I talking to a person? I am an automated dependent. Ads are usually more polite. Our personalities are tailored to suit our users' preferences. So the states like you to be a little authoritarian. You need to reply C. C. It's case sensitive. C. Thank you. All right, if I project from my phone. Is this our VR crime scene? All right, let's see what the police have and what they think is important. Whoa. All right, I think I'll check out the crime scene and then I'll probably head out. The victim's body. Cause of death, ballistic trauma. Classic, is that a 5? Please understand. I don't know these things. Blood loss. Atrium and aorta? What are we saying here?
Aorta.
Aorta, the main artery of the body, supplying oxygenated blood to the circulatory system. In humans, it passes over the heart from the left ventricle and runs down in front of the backbone. So I'm gonna assume blood. The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood. Okay. I'm learning. Single gunshot wound to the heart, in brief. Death was instantaneous. No injuries anywhere else, and no blood or skin under her nails. Blood splatter, forensics, and all that other good stuff tells them that she was shot from there. So the killer was standing in the doorway when they fired. Window? TV? What is this? A stand-up mirror, shattered and knocked over. Real glass. No screens or cameras here. It was hit hard. Hard enough to come unattached from its arm, while shards of glass were scattered, far enough to land on the victim's body. What a mess. Seems like this vase got tossed aside at some point. And yet, there's not a scratch on it. Must be pretty damn durable. Isn't art supposed to be delicate? Maybe it's making a statement. Doggone. The murder weapon, a revolver found right next to the body. 6 empty casings found in each of the 6 chambers, meaning the gun's been fired 6 times. Looks like the crime scene techs practically disassembled the damn thing. But all they found were fingerprints belonging to my client. So he was found by the police with the murder weapon right in front of the body. I don't even know where to start. Highly prejudicial would be an understatement. That's all the big ticket items. What about the security? Looks like the apartment was unlocked all night. It's not uncommon for people their age in a neighborhood like this. But no sign of forced entry only hurts my client's case. What about the rest of the room? There's not much else flagged here. Just a lounge chair that got thrown, and whatever that is. Unidentified ceramic debris. Flagged as irrelevant. That's their technical assessment. Guess even the crime scene techs weren't sure what to make of it. Okay. That's everything the police highlighted. But did I miss anything? Did you? I don't know. Or is this just my second chance? Oh. Something in the victim's hand. How the hell did... It's just a pill organizer. Looks like some immune adjusters. NSAIDs. And Triprexazone? A synthetic glucocorticoid medication. Taken daily to reduce rejection symptoms like phantom pain and generalized itch. The autopsy said her tox screen was clear, but it's not like it matters. She could have swallowed every medicine cabinet in the city, and it still wouldn't change the cause of death. It's odd, but ultimately irrelevant. Everything else here is all very incriminating, but the kicker is everything that's not here. No out-of-place DNA, footprints, crumbs. Nothing that points towards anyone except my client. Well, I've done more with less before, but not much more. I'm really gonna have to sing for my supper this time. Better get started. Who the hell is messaging me at this time of night? First person that comes to mind is... I suppose it could be something important. Currently texting with Brat. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up after maybe, I guess, this conversation. Because I don't think I can save it at this point. Red! What couldn't wait until morning? Good news, of course. Got a job for you. That's a pretty cheery way to tell me you violated parole. LOL, not that kind of job. Besides, I've been covering my tracks. This is something different. Kind of thing I can't handle with just a keyboard and a phishing scheme. I need you to sue my gym teacher. Not that kind of lawyer. Sorry. Hey, at least let me finish. What did they do? Make me run laps? Not illegal. Let me finish! They made me run laps. Even though I said I had a stomachache. Said. Gotta be like youth endangerment. Depraved indifference or some kind of shit. Sounds like you've already got a strong case. Try self-representing this time. What's with the blow-off? Nice phrasing. Oh wow, I'm laughing so hard right now. Is that your mugshot? I wasn't gonna not get a copy of my mugshot and use it as a reaction. Glad you found a use case. But I'm working right now, so anything cool? Homicide. Oh, cringe. Wait, what kind of homicide? Is it HBK? It's the kind of morbid thing kids your age talk about. Oh, is that the kind of morbid thing kids your age talk about? Teens my age? And yeah, we can read. Compared to the corrupt shit in the headlines. Old-fashioned murder, like Hardy B, is like quaint. It's not heartbreak. Then why'd you take the job? You see the 98% conviction rate as a challenge or something? You taking up lost cause? Probe nose work? It's pro bono. That was autocorrect. You know they give lit homework for a reason, right? This is borderline concerned nagging. Maybe you really are a bleeding heart. Or just a sucker. I'm not a sucker. Nice phrasing, lol. You should go to bed, Fran. Tomorrow's Sunday. I can stay up if I want. Tomorrow is Sunday. Because today is Saturday. What's with the carpe diem shit? It's nearly 4 a.m., kid. You've got school in like 3 hours. Shit. Okay, let's quick save here. All right, that's fun. This is fun. It's so sleek. I love the aesthetics. Boop. When we return to this, I will breeze through. I got a bunch of terms I gotta read. And then maybe we'll get into the meat. Teal when they're up reading their BLs at 3 a.m. Yeah. Yahoo! All right, let's find someone to raid. Tonight, Hunter and I are playing more Baldur's Gate. We're in Act 3. Things are very silly goofy, as usual. The week that we went to play Baldur's Gate, they had another update. So I have to update my game and hopefully it doesn't break everything. When the gate is bald? Balding in my gate? I'm opening a couple streams. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'm excited to keep playing it. I'm sitting through an ad really quick here. We are gonna raid OG. It's been a little bit. I think they're working on art today. I don't pop into their streams too often, but I love seeing art of their VTuber, and I think they are funny the couple times I have hung out. Again, 7 p.m. Central tonight for Baldur's Gate. And then tomorrow I'm doing an art stream, and I might have some people on call with me depending on the situation. Yeah. See ya later. Thank you for the bits. The 420s. Farewell. Bye-bye.